What's going on, guys? Toilet here. Before this video gets started, I just wanted to quickly jump in here and tell you guys thank you so much for 400 subscribers. That is so freaking cool that we hit that milestone. I know it's not a huge milestone, but for me it is, and 400 is super awesome. I just want to thank you guys so much for the support on the videos, all of your comments, suggestions, everything like that. I read every single one of them, and I would love to start working towards 500. That would be super cool. I also say this again at the end of the video, so you really don't have to listen to that part if you don't want to. Another thing before this video gets started though, I need to get a new mic arm. You'll hear me hit the mic arm a couple times and move it around. It's because it's just super loose. Please ignore those. I'm working on getting a new one, as well as new headphones, because my headphones have a super short cord that keeps hitting the mic stand as well. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. What's going on, guys? Toilet here, back with Aseka and another episode of Satisfactory. In this episode, we are going to be making all of the aluminum sheets and scraps and casings and all of this amazing stuff. Maybe not packaged alumina solution, but all of the other stuff, mainly focused on the sheets and the casings. And to do so, we are collecting all of the bauxite in the world and bringing it into my ship to deck out my ship with its first factory, and it will be my aluminum factory. We are going to send a train across the world and back to get all of the bauxite and make sure it is all done up and put in here. That way we have plenty of aluminum sheets for Mach 5 belts and lifts, and for blenders and whatever else we see fit. To get started though, let's go over the plan real quick. So over here in our modeler, you see our full factory layout of what we are going to be doing. Starting off with the 2,460 bauxite, which we get from the Mach 2 miners, not overclocked. I think this is a good starting base for that. I don't want too many, and I think 1,230 per minute is good. Bauxite will then go into a sloppy alumina recipe in the refinery with water, making the alumina solution, which is going into another alternate recipe, making electrode aluminum scrap. Getting that with the petroleum coke will make the aluminum scrap and water. The aluminum scrap will go into a pure aluminum, also alternative recipe, into probably overclocked smelters, into the aluminum ingots. The ingots will then be put into the regular outclad aluminum sheet recipe in the assembler, and some will go off into the aluminum casings into a constructor. Now we also, other than the water and the bauxite, we will also need to get oil, which is fine. I will show you where we get the oil. It's very close by. And we need to get copper, which I also have a plan for. So if we now look at the map, you can see that all of the bauxite is in this center line here. There's none up here. There's none over here. There's none down here. It is all in the center line. And my ship is right here. So I'm going to send a train to go this way, collect all of this stuff down here, bing, bang, bop, and come back around this way to collect these and come back up to my ship to deliver them. If that is too slow, I will send two trains, one to get this half and the other to get this half. I think that'll work out. So the bauxite is taken care of. Easy peasy. As we see here, this is all of the copper nodes in the area. And as you can see, there is a little triple little copper ore thing right here with 3 of them all pure, which is amazing. So we'll just snag some from there. And for the crude oil, I actually have 3 nodes right below me that I could just snag this pure node and just shoot it up the bottom of my ship. That way we have the crude oil all prepared and everything. And that is everything. So we have the bauxite in the line, we have the copper ore right here, and we have the crude oil. And that is everything we will need for this setup. We do get XS polymer resin, but polymer resin I can honestly just sink for now, because I don't really need it unless I want to use it for my gas filter farm to get my filters, but those need the casings, and so we're not going to really worry about that right now. Secondly, this is giving me a bunch of water. Now, this water, what I can do once it starts up, this water can filter back into the the system. That way I can recycle water, and I only have a few left over, which means I can probably turn off most of these pumps. But that is future toilet's problem, and he will deal with that later. But this is the setup. It is super simple, super amazing. And lucky for me, between videos, I already unlocked all the alternative weapons, alternative recipes we will need for this project. Oh, I am so excited for this. Why are you not painted green? I think the first order of business is to figure out where I'm going to put the train stations for the bauxite coming into the factory. Ew, ooh, that made a cool noise. Nice. So if my trains are leaving out the west side and coming all the way back here and then coming in the east side, that means it will be coming in from over here. It will be coming in from this way, right? On the top? Yes. Coming in this way, and then it can either go that way or go that way. So we're gonna make it come this way, and as soon as it hits in here, it will come back out to here. Or I can move this, and then this can just come straight through and go that way. If we get this as close as possible to this one. The problem is these are all on circular planes rather than straight. So what I could do is just kind of eyeball it, I guess. Let me do, oh, I have an idea. Okay, I'm gonna get this set up. I don't need the second station. I did this last time and I realized this. I literally can just do an empty platform. There we go. Okay, so this all fits in. The little janky, and it looks a little weird on a curved thing, but we can honestly just like cover that up, make it look cool. Now is the fun part of seeing where I want to come in with this. How's that look? That actually looks perfect. And then we could just remove these. Guys, don't worry, I planned for this. Don't even worry about it. Like that, yeah. Okay. And we can put the door there. Do a roll-up gate. That. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Yes. And then we just do the same for the out. The out's probably a lot easier because it's literally just like a swing in. How's that look? I should have just held it. Oh, see, that looks fine. That looks so fluent. And then easy peasy just gets back on the track and goes away. There we go. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Doesn't need power right now because we're not going to send it, but we will go and do the other ones. This is going to be the fun part because I got to go locate all the bauxite. Then I have to find out how to then send them all up to a station that's not flat on the ground because not like it's, again, the train lines are high in the air. So I got to figure out how to get all of the train stations in a suitable spot so that they don't take forever climbing up a hill to get to the train tracks. This was the main thing I was worried about with high up train lines. But at the end of the day, you know, if we need to suspend stuff in the air, we can. You know, we can just make it look super duper de-duper cool, you know? But all right, let me go get the bauxites taken care of, and I can show you all what I did with all of the stations, and then we can continue on with our factory. Here we go. I love these boops, you know? Oh yeah, so while we're at this first bauxite node, pure by the way, amazing, I wanted to show you guys what I built for this. I had a little fun with the blueprints. I really don't remember. Oh yeah, the miner container. So I built this container for the miners so they look a little prettier on the thing. And look, it looks like a gumball machine. I think that looks really cool. It's just it's a little gumball machine, and I can just take the miners and put it literally right where I need. I need to get portable miners, but I can also change this color to match the material because, you know, not all gumball machines are red, you know, some are different colors. So maybe I'll do that. But I just think I just had that idea when I was encapsulating it. And I'm like, this kind of looks like a gumball machine. And ta-da. All right, I got all the stations set up. They do not look pretty right now. I only have one that's a little bit decorated, but this is the general vibe that I am going for. I have one right here all the way on this side of the map here. And as you can see the little gumball machines that I have. You can see them. I'm glad I did that. You can see them so clearly now. They're just bringing lines to the stations here. I have one here. And what I did was I just brought them along the sides of these buildings here. So they just kind of attach to the pillars. This is the third pickup location. This is the one that also has the copper in it. I have 2 lines coming in. I got copper from over there, and then all of the bauxite from over there into this station. And this station I just kind of ran through, like I didn't curve out, and I feel like I should have done that for all of them. But what's done is done. I'm not going to fix it. So that is the third pickup location. The second one is going to be all the way through there. So you can see it passes underneath my ship. This one is the one for the red desert, and I have bauxite coming from all the way over here shooting across. I don't know how well you can see the lines. These lines are not final. They're just there as a placeholder. And then the first stop is the one that I actually decorated. And this is the first stop. I kind of decorated this to like look just like a monolith building with no bottom. That's kind of just suspended in the air, holding the station. And then I got to make this look prettier. This was kind of difficult because my first thought was to just send the train all the way down so it loops back around that roundabout and then comes out. But that's just going to take up extra time. So I just looped it around, bridged it across, and then did try to make this giant spiral down look as clean as possible. And then it will just go into the station, pick up the bauxite it needs, and then head out of the station. This is probably the overall theme I'm going to do with the stations. Just something along these lines, probably something very similar. So with all of my miners connected, it is time to test it. I just need to turn on the system here. Means this should be running now. Yup. And now I got to quickly go back to my base and turn on my train. All right, got my awesome sync set up to collect everything. And now we will see if this system works. And we're going to time it too. All right, and now we send our train and see how long it takes. Okay. Did the thing again for one. All right, few problems. A, some of the lines were not working properly. B, the station that I quote unquote fixed needs to be fixed back again. And seeing how full everything was already, I think I'm gonna run 2 trains. Not gonna lie. All right, now with everything fixed, we can try this again and test it, see if I need 2 trains, and make sure it comes back and actually unloads. So I will see you guys in 8 minutes. Okay, so after some testing and some fidgeting, the numbers are close enough. We're just going to take what we got and work with it as it is. Train throughput is not my best suit, but for this factory, since it is going to be inside my base, I'm not really particular on getting the numbers exactly correct, because as long as it's making it, as long as it looks cool, then I'm a-okay. But we have all of our bauxite and copper all ready to go. And if we come out here, you can see I have engulfed this station in a nice little curvy pattern with a nice little window, and this is where all the stuff will come out. And I also, you can't really see it that well, there is a big disc on top of here. And up here, what I did was I brought the oil from downstairs. I'll show you that in a minute. Put the oil in here to make my heavy oil residue. So I have my compacted coal ready. And the reason I put it so far up is because, if you guys remember, or if you didn't see the video, I have these circular spots remaining in the top. And this is basically what I wanted to use it for production and stuff, make it look all cool. And I have the smokestacks and stuff coming out of the top. And once it's activated, all the smoke will come up. It looks super cool. I am super happy with it. I also brought over all of the water that I need as well. Yeah, this was a challenge. This is not going to be orange. But as you can see, I have 4 water pipes, all full of 600. So I have 2,400 water coming up. And this was, hold on. I have to show you this. Hold on. This was a challenge in and of itself. We go downstairs. You can see I needed to bring the water from below the ship up to the top. So I brought it all the way from here. Had a bunch of pumps coming up. I brought it down, or I guess up. And as you can see down below, we have this giant spiral of water coming up to the bottom, which is really funny. Now that I think about it, I didn't think about this before. I'm not going to need all this water. This water can definitely do something else in my factory. But for now, I have all the water taken care of. Actually, I don't know where I'm going. Actually, yes, I do. So now the fun part begins, where I get to actually make parts of the factory that I need. And the first one is all of the refineries that I need to make the bauxite into, drumroll please, because I forgot, into sloppy alumina. Which needs 200 bauxite and 200 water. We're building, woo! All right, so all of the refineries are set up. I have, I think, 12 refineries in this first circle, going to 12 refineries in the next circle, in the next curve. And each one is 1-to-1. I made these front ones a little overclocked, just so they can accept the 240 alumina solution, so I don't have to worry about the balancing and everything. Each one of these pipes is getting 600 water in, going to 3 different refineries that take the 200 water. And then the alumina solution is going to go into here with the petroleum coke, which I have yet to bring down, and will give me the aluminum scrap, a byproduct of water. The byproduct of water will go all the way back around into this fluid buffer, and then the fluid buffer will then attach to the respected pipe. I will turn the valve down to, I think it's 120, which will give me the 120, and then give me the rest of the 600 that I need from here. So basically, we're just looping it around and it will power itself. Whoa. And I have these in groups of 3. So I have 4 groups. It'll all work out. Hopefully. I did the bauxite a little weird though. Because my numbers were so weird, I basically just took whatever number is here and made sure that, like, since this is 719, that can only fit into 3 of the refineries. So I did that. And then for the rest of them, whenever they overfill, we'll then go on to the next one, which will then go over here, and then go into the last refinery over there. And I did that with all of these here. So like this is only going into 2, so that 78 extra is going to go that way. If the numbers are weird and it's not catching up with the system, then I will fiddle with things around. But for now, that is the setup. So the next mission is to get the smelters going for the aluminum scrap to turn into aluminum ingots. Now I have this set up over here with 7 smelters. 2 of them are underclocked to only accept 50. And all this is for one of the refineries, because the refinery makes so much aluminum scrap per minute that each one of those blueprints will have to go into with one machine. I might change this around a little, make it look a little prettier, maybe squish it down, but each one will get one of those. Now I could overclock these, so I use less smelters, but I want to save as many power shards as possible, and I'm not really worried about numbers being too even. So I basically have to run the smelters, one for each one of these here, connect those up to the smelters, and then we can start working on the assemblers, which is going to be a trip and a half, because that needs the copper ingots, which I have not yet done, and it will take the aluminum ingots that I will be making. But I guess we can get started with that. I think I'm just going to fiddle around with this blueprint here, make sure maybe put one more on top of here, that way it's smushed a little more, put them all in front, get them all wired up, and we will be good to go to the assemblers. All right. Okay. So I got everything set up, and yeah. It's it's a lot, but it's a mess is what it is. But I did fit everything in somehow. All the numbers are correct. These are all blueprints down here that I just stacked on top of each other, along with these smelter blueprints as well. Each one of these guys is getting one of these blueprints. Each one of 2 of these blueprints, I believe, are getting one of these, or no, 2 of these. It's like these 2 are going to these 2. it's all hooked up. All of these are just going, it's just manifold, nothing too pretty. And then I got all of the compacted coal set up, petroleum coke, sorry. I got all the petroleum coke set up to all of these. Over here, I have the smelters that are going to be smelting all of the copper coming in. And those are having a nice view out the window there. So everything should be up properly. I have everything wired up as well. All I need to do is wire this singular one up to there. But before I do that, oh, and while I was building this, I realized that I completely forgot to make a section for the aluminum casings. So these two over here are just going into these 4 constructors, making the aluminum casings. Weird numbers, I know, but I'm getting 100 from each of these. So I needed something perfectly to 100, which is fine. And then these are just traveling all the way in front, all the way over here, and into the bottom of the ship. Same thing with the alkylate aluminum sheets. We have a little too much, about 2,000, a little over 2,000, right? So I have about like this row, this bottom row and a few over there going to max out at 780 so I don't get backed up. And then the other alkylate sheets are just going along these bus lines into these awesome sinks back here. That way, if we need them for a project later, we can just steal them from here. And now I know it doesn't look pretty. It looks very crowded. It looks like a lot going on, but I will make it look prettier once I figure out everything works. To do so, I want to fill up my reserves. I want to fill up all of these. Well, I mean, that one is full. That one is almost full. Actually, okay. So once I send my second train, I will start this up because all these seem to be full. All right. I didn't think these were full. All right. Let me send my trains and then we can power on. There we go. I don't know what that is right there. What is that hanging down? Oh, shoot. Do I have a byproduct I have not yet sunk? I think I have a, do I? Oh, crap. I have a byproduct I have not sent to a sink. And that is the byproduct from this guy. All right. Yes. Okay. Byproduct is getting sent off to a sink. And I think my train just got back. Yes, my train just got back. Okay. Let's power on and let's hope for the best, guys. Here we go. All at once. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Where's my connector? There it is. 3, 2, 1. Everything's starting on. Everything going. Alumina solution. Yup. We are going to be making some alumina scrap. That scrap is going into our, I almost said furnaces, our smelters here. Yes. And we should start seeing some of the, what are we already blocked? It's because of this. There we go. Okay. Oh, yes. Everything is going in. These should start making and filling up. Beautiful. We are not getting any scrap on this one because I forgot to connect it. There we go. This one also does not have any for some reason. Okay. So we are chugging along just very slowly because it's manifold, but that's fine. We need to make sure our fluid buffers are not getting full, which they are going to start any minute now. So I'm going to start putting these down. Okay, that one's filling very fast. Gonna go ahead and move this down to, we'll start with 120. Where's my next one? There it is. Aha, water. All right, flush the system. Same thing over here. That was fast. That'd give me no time. These are all full. What in the heck? These aren't getting any copper. Okay, so it's starting to get around. It's going. It's slowly but surely going. We just are making way more aluminum ingots than we are copper. So, okay. So now we can check. Are we getting alkylate sheet? I guess. Oh, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. Hold on. Okay. It doesn't have a smart splitter, and neither does the sheets. Oh, man. There we go. Okay, now we're filling up. Okay. Woo! Alrighty-dighty. Paste that into there. That goes there. Amazing. Now we're going to start filling up. Okay. Woo! I forgot that I didn't complete this, to be honest. There we go. Okay. Why are we stopped here? Why are we stopped here? Okay. There we go. Okay. Away they go. All right, so eventually this will jump back up. Why are you stopped? You should be fine. Your alumina solution. The water. Water again. Okay. I know there's some weird stuff with pipes and how it is split and everything. Okay, the very strange way the system is working. You guys need to hurry up. Oh, it's the alumina solution now. This is because of the petroleum coke. That's upstairs. I thought I cleared that. Heavy oil residue not coming in because of the oil not coming in. Where is all my oil? What is my oil doing? Oh, not being connected. That's what it's doing. Okay, oil is connected. Now, thank God. Pump up the jam. Pump it up. This still sucks with water, but that's because it is... No, it just sucks with water. Okay. I really cannot tell you. Honestly, if you guys know, please let me know in the comments because fluids is not my strong suit in this game. That is for sure. Again, as long as it is working, those are just... I think we're just waiting on more... Yeah, we're just waiting on more sheets. All right, so while the system is getting warmed up, I will go and get everything decorated a little bit. That way it's easier to keep track of what's going where in the system. Okay, so I tried to decorate this as best as possible. I added these nice little light pillars in between each of these. Make them look a little, you know, more neon. I couldn't think of anything to do with these assemblers. I was trying to put them on like plates and have them like attached so it looks like they're not just like floating. But honestly, it kind of looks cool with nothing there, not gonna lie. Like it looks like the mergers are part of the machine and I enjoy that. And then back here, I just put this little circular room up on some stilts here, built some extensions out, and then just put lights just so it can give that nice green glow everywhere. Changed every color to white except for these refineries, which are chrome. Got all the pipes colored and everything. I got that green stripe going through and I think it looks rather cool. I didn't want to overdo it. Kind of, you know, I kind of dig the whole messy look and how it looks all compact. It's a bunch of different just machines working all at one time, you know? Beautiful. And now we are getting everything and everything looks so pretty. And I'm really, really happy of how this came out. Everything seems to be working perfectly fine. And we are getting our alkalite aluminum sheets and casings, and we have a lot left over to do whatever we want with them. But I think that'll do it for this video. The only thing I didn't do is decorate the stations around the map here. I did a couple of them, but I need to work on the other ones. But this main room was mainly what I was worried about. So between videos, before I start my next project, I will decorate those stations and give you guys a look at those at the start of the next video. Next video, though, I think what we're going to do is, hold on, I don't remember how to open the codex. Okay. Next video, I think we are going to do our supercomputers, our radio control units, which is funny because those take sheets of the casings. Maybe I need to make more. I think I need to make more casings because the casings are used in the battery and the radio control unit and the filters. Interesting. What are the sheets used in? Jetpack. Oh, the sheets are not really used in... I definitely should have made more casings then. Not gonna lie. But that's all for planning the next episode. This episode is all done. Woohoo! All right. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Share with your friends. Let me know if you guys liked this style of videos where I just did the boops every once in a while to show you my progress, or if you want to see just more step-by-step how I put the blueprints together and stuff like that. I like doing the big projects all at once, but if it makes more sense just to do it little by little, I will do that as well. So please just let me know. Thank you guys so much for 400 subscribers as well. You guys are so cool and awesome. And I know 400 is not a huge milestone, but it's a huge milestone for me. So let's start working towards 500. That would be absolutely incredible. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. So much for 400 subscribers as well. You guys are so cool and awesome. And I know 400 is not a huge milestone, but it's a huge milestone for me. So let's start working towards 500. That would be absolutely incredible. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.